Hi, this is Dr. Gary. Welcome to our weekly tune-up this week. Appreciate all of you being in touch with me. Man, I tell you what, it's always good to know you're out there, and we're living in some pretty interesting times right now. But they're good times and not so good times, and what they are is just time in the moment. And let's really take a consideration of what I mean by that. You know, many times it seems like we have a lot of things to worry about. It seems like we what I call chunk up and look at the big picture, and there's just so many things we have to do. There's so many things that we're involved in our life. It just seems like there's not enough time in the day, and then we start thinking about what's going to happen here in the future, and then we really start worrying about things because it really does seem kind of insecure some of the time about what is tomorrow going to bring us. And you hear me talk about the future's nothing more than negative expectations about what's going to happen tomorrow, but right now, today, it hasn't happened yet. We hear that stuff, but practicing it is another thing. One of the things for you to be successful in your life, no matter what it is that you're doing, is for you to understand that what you tell yourself ultimately determines how happy you're going to be or how sad you're going to be. What you tell yourself determines whether you can forgive someone, let things go, or if you're going to fester on it and make it bigger than it really has to be. Many people are really gifted when they can make a mountain out of a molehill. It's also a gift to take a mountain and turn it into a molehill. And the ability to do that is a thing we call reframing here in the world I work around. And what reframing is just changing the way we think about something. You hear me call it changing the rules on it. Today, as we move into a currency crisis, a war crisis, a job crisis, everything seems like a crisis. But the bottom line is, this has been going on in history since man put his feet on this earth. These are just life things. We hear about them more now than we ever have because the media capitalizes on negative information. Is it really negative? Probably not. It just is. What I want you to learn how to do, and I've had to learn how to do this myself because I came from a family of habitual worriers. My mom, if she didn't have something to worry about, she would invent it. And I kind of took on that same ability, and I've had to learn how to calm down, be in the moment. You hear me talk about it all the time, and how to really lower our blood pressure by focusing on what we want rather than what we don't want. You hear me talk about manifestation and how to manifest things. So we talk about a lot of things on this program. Many of the things we talk about are driven by you, questions you have. The biggest question that has come to me this week from most of you out there that are in communication with me on a pretty regular basis sometimes is, what do we do about right now to prepare ourselves for the worst? Well, here's what my word on that is today. I think we prepare ourselves as we would anything else. It's like studying for a test. It's like going to school and you know you could get a pop quiz. Are you ready? What does it take to be ready? The first thing it takes to be ready is to understand the thing we talk about, fear. Fear is nothing more than looking into the future with a negative expectation. Just the sheer essence of the questions that many of you ask me show that they're fear-based. Let's convert those questions rather than ask, how do we prepare ourselves for what's to come? Ask yourself this question: what can I do today to live fully and completely and with faith and trust? You see, there's most things in life you're really not in control of. The two things you're really in control of are your thoughts and what you do about those thoughts. Today, I think the best thing I could tell all of you that watch this program, and by the way, pass it around. People constantly want to know how come more people do not watch this. Well, you know what? I'm not necessarily an internet guru or know exactly how to increase the views, and I'm not really concentrating on that. I trust that people will find this, and they seem to, especially the ones that require to see it the most. Today, back to what I was saying about we become what we think about the most. Your ability to be successful today, whether it's in your job, whether it's in your ability to smile, whether it's your ability to love or be loved, or be successful or prepare for the future, no matter what it is, whether it's college, whether it's taking care of your family, or protecting the ones you love, is to understand your ability to be successful lies within that ability to hear what you say to yourself and the way you say it. Most of our fears are centered around our self-talk, what you tell yourself. Not what I tell you, but if you can take the things that I'm saying and then reformulate it in your own way and say, I can do that, say yes to it, what's going to happen is that inner conscious part of your mind will take this and use it and find a way. Your ability to be successful is ultimately determined by what you say to yourself. What you tell yourself ultimately determines what you can and cannot do, how happy you are or how unhappy you are. What you tell yourself is laced in the ability for you to reprogram your mind habitually by focusing on the things you want with great passion. And eliminate the virus words that you hear me talk about. It's real. Why, try, need, but, should, don't, and hope. What you tell yourself ultimately is the holy grail of how you're going to live your life. And if you focus on worrying, you're going to feel that and you're going to live that every day. If you focus on trusting and allowing and get rid of the resistance, you're going to find life goes smoother. In fact, every morning when you get up, just think about the way you want it to go in a positive light rather than worrying about what could happen. That changes everything. So let's work on that this week. You are the best thing you have going today. You're in control of your thoughts and what you do about those thoughts. You cannot control other people, and they cannot control you unless you allow it. Until next week, this is Dr. Gary wishing you an extraordinary, thought-filled week full of all the things that you want in your life with a positive intention. Until next time, bye-bye.